I want to start off by saying these things are game changers.
Yeah.
You use these?
Yeah.
Dude, and then this part just becomes
Oh, no, I don't got those. I'm not that fancy.
dude, because we've had like the normal floss
Yeah.
for, forever, and I never use it. I told her to get some of these, and I've been flossing all the time. And by flossing all the time, I mean just have it in my mouth like this. I should have just said get toothpicks.
Yeah.
This is all I do.
Because the wood toothpicks are nice, but they like dissolve.
Yeah, if you chew on them or anything.
Yeah.
Dude, but yeah, these are clutch mode. Whoever invented these,
they're richer than we are.
Yeah.
Yo, so you hurt your neck?
Dude, okay, yes. So
let's talk about this, old man.
All right. Oh, you can get those at Meijer. So it was what day was it? It was Thursday. Woke up, normal day, no pain, nothing's different, and I go to work, and I'm always like popping my neck, and so I get to work, I crack my neck, and then it's like it's starting to get sore. And so the day before I had done legs and shoulders at the gym, so I was like, and that's what it felt like at first. It was just like I probably am just like my soreness is setting in, and then like, dude, it seemed like every minute, like after like the initial like pain came on, it got worse and worse and worse to where like I couldn't like really like move without turning like my whole body. And dude, I'm not kidding you. This is what freaked me out. It got to the point where my vision started getting blurry, and then like my peripheral vision was just like gone. And so like I'm sitting there like blinking and like trying to like chug water, and like I'm freaking out because I'm like looking and I'm like, oh my God, am I about to go blind because of my neck? Dude, I finished up whatever I tracked my show real quick, came home, and like had Bethany rub on it and like kind of like give it like a massage, and then put a heating pad and took like a 3-hour nap. And I woke up and like dude, and it like turned into like a migraine. Like my whole head, like I was in constant pain. I was able to pass out, took like a 3-hour nap, woke up, I could see again. My head didn't hurt, but my neck was still like sore, like kind of like it is right now. Like I can move it, but it hurts. But dude, yeah. And so I just got back from my very first professional massage. I got it today at 1:00.
Shit was life-changing, I bet.
Dude, and she was like, so I get in there and I like lay down and everything, and I tell her like where the problem spot is or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And she like starts working her way up my back, and she's like, whenever I get to a spot that's uncomfortable, like raise your hand up, like, cause I'm laying down. She's like, raise your hand up and then pull it back to your hip and then release. And dude, it was like every like inch that she moved up on my back, I was like all the way up, dude. It hurt so bad. And then she like got to my neck, and like she's like, tell me if it's too hard. And like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, this is too hard, because I want you to get in there. I want you to fix it. So like on this side, she was like, it like felt good. I was like, And when she got to this side that hurts, I was sitting there, I was like,
like, you know what? Like, you don't want them to go too hard sometimes, because that might just hurt even more. Like, because I've been like, how hard do you want it? I'm like, hard. And then they get to a spot, I'm like, take it easy right there. Like, because, yeah, I don't want you to fuck it up either. Like, they can.
No, dude. I could feel her like on the knot, and she's like, is that too much? And I'm like, no. Dude, but it was legit. That was, I would like to get those like once a month.
Yeah, I need to. I haven't been to one since Portland. I had a free one. Remember?
You did?
Yeah, I got a free one, and
How'd you do that?
one of the salespeople gave it to me.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, they're like, "You want a massage?" Oh, because I always worked mornings, right? And so one of our salespeople, before she got let go, she like hooked it up with a free massage. What was her name?
I don't know. Who are you talking about?
The white lady. She was a little kooky all the time. She was all
They were
sometimes
all white ladies.
she was like, no, fair enough. No, she sat near the Wii studio, and she right next to Gina, and
Right.
she
blonde?
yeah, I forget her name.
I'm friends with her on Facebook. I feel like a jerk for forgetting her name.
Yeah.
What was her name?
Sometimes she could be a little
She wore
like
glasses.
conniving. She was conniving sometimes.
She wore glasses.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I know
Anyway,
exactly.
she hooked it up with a free massage, and I've been to quite a few massages in my life just because like I've always just had like issues with my body, like my heart, my lung, my circulation with my blood because of those conditions. So like, but that was the best massage I've ever had in my life.
Really?
I love going to get massages. I haven't been to one in a while, but I'm due.
Dude, yeah, no, she was like, have you ever had a massage before? I was like, not professionally. And she was like, oh, you're a virgin. I guess. Dude, yeah, it was, it felt really good. I mean, I was in pain the entire time.
Yeah.
But it was like relaxing. And this is my third water since I've had it. So I'm trying to knock out a bunch of H2O, flush it out.
Yeah. Did she do like your legs and everything? Like, was it an hour long?
No, I just did 30-minute because I just wanted like, I don't want my legs massaged. It would be nice like after like a heavy leg day to get your legs massaged. But I was just like, I just wanted to focus. Like I wanted this pain to go away. Yeah. So like, I was just like, focus on that and let's get this fixed. And then I'll come back to like a pleasurable massage later. Like I just want it to be like, I want to fix this problem.
Yeah. So you found your massage person.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. She's strong. Like she was like, do you go to the gym? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, oh yeah, I used to do CrossFit. And dude, she was like laying in. I was like,
it was like you go to the gym, you're like, I'm blessed with this body.
Like, no, I'm Thor. I was just, Bobby's in the house. What up? We're just talking. I just got back from my first professional massage. I was telling you,
dude. Speaking of injuries,
what happened?
My dog is on a 5-week bed rest.
What happened?
Dude. So we went on a walk a couple weeks ago, and he was like looking like behind him, like on the street, because I just take it every day for a walk in the neighborhood, you know, and I meet my neighbors, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
But he wasn't paying attention, and his right leg went off the curb, and he like caught himself with his left shoulder, but it landed on his chest, and he started limping, and like it's been getting a little bit worse and worse and worse. And then the other day we went for a walk, and he stopped like 6 times in a mile. And I was like, we need to get home, and it was just hurting. And so I took him to the vet, and they're like, his tendon seems sore, so like don't exercise him, no walks, no nothing, just keep him in the house, which he hates absolutely.
Sure.
And they said that his bursa sac might be inflamed too.
What's that?
Which is like the fluid that goes in between your tendons that like essentially is lubricant for like your joints. So I got him on like 2 different things right now to like stop the inflammation, and he's just like miserable.
Damn it, man.
Can you see him? Hey. There he is.
Joey.
Yeah.
Joseph.
Yeah, so but weird things, we were on that walk, that final walk, and he stopped in front of this person's house, and it was like this like older Mexican guy and his Mexican wife, and they're just like sitting in the garage listening to soccer at like 9 a.m. I was like, this is cool. And they're like, oh, can we pet him? And I'm talking to them in Spanish, and they're like, oh, let me go get Charlotte. I'm like, okay, like y'all bring your dog out here, and they're like, oh, it's not our dog, and a fucking like 120-pound pig comes out, bro, and a pig lives in their house, and Joey just like, Joey,
It's like, what the fuck is that?
yeah, and it's like, and Joey's just like, what the fuck, dude? Let's get out.
Was he growling at her, or was he scared of it?
Both. Joey was like freaked out, like trying to murder it, but like backing away, like growling, like.
I don't know what you are, man. I wonder how Gabby would react to a pig.
Dude, it was a big ass pig, and I was like, that thing's just chilling in your house. Like, what the hell?
That's gross, man. Like, remember when I was, dude? You know what I found out? Remember when I was trying to get you to get a teacup pig?
Yeah.
Those grow up to be full size pigs.
Yeah, I told you that.
You're the one that told me that?
Yeah.
Dude, see, I did not. I thought that like the teacup pigs like stayed small like forever.
I don't think there's a breed of pig that isn't big.
Yeah, I thought that they were just like the chihuahuas of the pig. I was like, dude, you should get one of those. Those are awesome. But yeah, they grow up to be full size pigs. Dude, you can't have a pig living in your house.
Yeah. I mean, and maybe it spends half its day outside, but like my head was just thinking about the winter storm we just had. Like they weren't going to leave that pig outside for fucking 4 days. That pig was sitting in their house.
That's gross.
Maybe they keep it clean. I'm not going to
train a pig.
Yeah, you can. I think you can. Still though, I just wouldn't. I mean, personally, I just don't want a pig chilling in the house.
Yeah, not a good house pet.
Maybe they kept it clean. I don't know, but their garage was pretty messy, so I'm going to judge them off their garage.
Yeah, no, definitely that pig shitting in the house, dude.
Yeah, but
that's gross, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't talked to you. So I talked to you 2 nights ago or last night. 2 nights ago. It was like the first time I talked to you in like 2 weeks.
I know. Last week we took a week off. I went up north. I got like a free brochure for a weekend stay, like at this like resort cabin place. So we went up there, kicked it, dude. Went to. Do you ever remember me talking to you about the band Ween?
Yeah, I like Ween.
Yeah. So this bar, like we went. Well, it's not a bar; it's a brewery called Shorts Brewery. And dude, the whole place was like decked out with like Ween. I guess the dude that like he's like a super fan, and so like I took like a video. I don't know if I sent it to you or if I put it on my Instagram, but dude, it's like, and there's a stage in there, and like Ween has played there.
Oh, I saw that on Instagram.
Yeah, they had like all kinds of like autographs and like Ween memorabilia and stuff like that. Everything on the menu was named after a Ween song. It was really cool. So we went there both nights. Drank more than should have, and hung over like the whole weekend. But it was fun to just like get away. But yeah, it was a good time. And then what else has been going on? I'm almost done with the Marvel movies.
Yeah. You want to watch the last one tonight?
No, I think we'll probably do that tomorrow. I think tonight we're gonna watch YMH Live. They did a live last night, but you can still buy it and watch it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're gonna get that and get some Chinese food and watch that tonight.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if granted it was only one, but it was a New Year's special, but I don't know if I'd buy it again. Yeah,
the one that I had you watch, that was was that a Two Bears one or was that YMH?
Oh, that was Two Bears.
It was Two Bears. Yeah, it's $10. I now watch every episode that they like drop on YouTube, not their live stuff, just like their normal episodes. I watch them, so I'm gonna check that out tonight and see what it's about. Oh, dude, I know so last night I watched have you ever heard of Ronnie Coleman?
Yeah, the bodybuilder dude.
Yeah, the bodybuilder. So I was just like, I got home yesterday and was like scrolling through Amazon Prime or Hulu. I can't remember what it was on, and saw there was a documentary about him. And he was, Huh?
Is he dead?
No, he's still alive.
Okay.
He's like, dude, he destroyed his body. Like, he was 8-time Mr. Olympia, and like finally lost on his 9th one to this guy named Cutler. But dude, just watching like his like story and like how he like got to be Mr. Olympia like 8 times in a row, and then seeing his body now, it's like, was it worth it, dude? Because he's got walkers on both hands. Like, he's like going in like for multiple surgeries, and like he's just like crippled, man.
Because of steroids?
Well, I'm sure that had a big part in it, but like even just like the human body is not supposed to look like that.
No.
Like, I think it's fascinating because just like with anything else, it's like if you can do something like that to the extreme, to where you're like not even just like, dude, yeah, go to like some of the ones. Actually, let's just pull it up on here, dude. Like, yeah, like, dude, you're not supposed to, like, the human body is not supposed to look like that. Dude, I mean, because think about it. It's like, whether you're carrying around
a wheelchair now.
Dude, yeah, like he can't, like, he's crippled, man. Like, he literally like destroyed his body. And if you think about it, like, I don't know what he weighed, but I would guess like in those competitions, like he's got to be like 300 plus pounds. I mean, in your body carrying around that weight, it's like, it's whether it's muscle or fat, like you're still like your body is supposed to have that on it. And I think it's bizarre. I think it's fascinating, and I think it's sad too. Yeah. Like, if you like give all, like, if that's your passion, and like by the time you're 50, like you can't walk. Yeah. You know, it's like, Jesus Christ. But yeah, we watched that last night. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, same goes for like football players, right?
Yeah.
Anything. Just like you just bruise your brain every weekend for the ages of 10 years old to when you're 35.
Yeah.
And you're just like, well, you shoot yourself when you're 44. And it's just like, because your brain just like,
yeah, you just,
and they're like, well, he was a champion, but it's like, was it worth it? You know?
Yeah. I mean, that's the ultimate question. It's like, if that's your passion and that's what you like love doing, I mean, you're not gonna be able to shut it off and be like, oh, I'm destroying my body. You're like, I want this to be 6 inches higher, you know, or that much stronger. It's just, I think it's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd watch it.
Crazy.
I wouldn't watch that.
You wouldn't watch it?
Like his dog? No, just because like I just, now that you are bringing it up, I'd be like, I don't want to watch someone kill themselves. Like, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, he's still like mentally and everything. He's fine.
Yeah,
like,
but.
And what's so crazy, dude, is like the part that, like, of course I was in awe, like seeing like him in his prime. But the crazy part is like where it was showing him like present day, he looks so deteriorated, but he's still like, if I was standing next to him in present day, he would make me look like a toothpick. Like, him in a degenerated state is still like jacked.
Yeah. Is it like, it has to be mainly from all the steroids, though. It can't just be like the weight.
Yeah, no, the steroids play a big part in that. And it's one of those, like, we were watching it and Bethany was like, do you think he does steroids? And it was one of those where I just like had to look at her and be like,
come on.
I was like, and then I pulled up pictures, like Google natural bodybuilders. And there's actually a picture of a natural bodybuilder standing next to Ronnie Coleman. And it's like night and day. Like, you can't make your body look like that without steroids. It's bizarre. Did you find it?
I mean, I don't know if it's Photoshopped or not. I mean, there's a picture of one with Joe Biden. Like, what the
fuck? Jack Joe Biden?
Yeah.
He wishes.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah.
But I mean, even this, like, that's a natural bodybuilder.
Yeah, and that's normal. Like, not normal. That's not like a normal everyday person walking
Yeah.
around. If you were to see that person, you wouldn't be like, yeah, normal. And then you look at like Google Jay Cutler.
And then there's dudes like this.
Yeah, like what?
And all that tanning lotion, that can't be good for your skin either, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't get the whole like tanning thing. Like
you look like a beefed up poo.
yeah. It looks like gold, honestly. It looks like
Yeah. Gold.
maybe that's what it is. Maybe they're trying to like look like statues. I don't know. I don't know the whole thing behind the tanning. Maybe it makes your muscles look more. I don't know.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, it was dude, I love watching I like learning. Like remember that octopus documentary?
Mm-hmm.
My Octopus Friend or whatever it was called.
Yeah.
Dude, that one was really cool. I love doc.
Yeah, I started a doc yesterday on HBO Max. It was about Tina Turner.
Oh.
And she's like, I guess I know of Tina Turner, but I didn't know that much. And I only watched like the first 10 minutes before. And I just like my attention drifted and I was like, I'm not watching it anymore.
Yeah.
Like she was dubbed like the queen of rock and roll. I was like,
yeah.
What?
Oh. I didn't know she was dubbed the queen.
Yeah, she's dubbed the queen of rock and roll. And I was like, I guess I didn't realize her career went that far back. And they're like,
I guess I don't know much about Tina Turner either.
They're like, Mick Jagger credits her for his career. I'm like, I think of Mick Jagger as older than Tina Turner, but Tina Turner is apparently like Mick Jagger copied all his moves after Tina Turner. And I was like, what? Yeah, right?
Okay.
I'm intrigued, but I was just like, I'm really want to watch it, but my attention just wasn't there last night. But
gotcha. Yeah, you gotta be in the mood for a documentary.
Yeah. But I don't know. I watch a lot of like YouTube, like 20-minute documentaries.
Those are not short ones. Yeah. I mean, the attention span. I mean, dude, that's everything. That's like.
Yeah. TikTok fucked it up, man. And
yeah. I mean, even look at what it's doing to music. Like, every like songs went from
4 minutes.
To now it's like if
220.
Yeah, 220 is like pushing it. Yeah. It's like chorus done.
I was in the shower listening to Tuesday's Gone by Leonard Skinner, and that's like a 6-minute song. And I was like, I'm done with my shower, dude.
Oh, dude. Okay, speaking of music and 2-minute songs, let's talk about Lil Nas X.
Okay. I was waiting for you to bring it up.
Dude. Okay, so I don't know which route we want to go on this, but there's a lot to unpack. And should we start with the shoes?
Let's start with the video because that takes the shoes.
Okay.
Because I had a discussion with my lady, and she was like, she's a Christian, and she's like, I just don't see why antagonize people. I'm like, and I'm all for it. I'm like, why not? Like, it's freedom of expression. Like, he gets to like just portray. Like,
is this the first conversation that you guys had where you saw different points of view?
No, it's not the first one. We've had a few.
Okay,
but it's always respectful. Like,
sure, yeah. It should be.
Other conversations I've had with other people in my life, it's very just like demeaning. Yeah. But it was like, I love the video, like, and not for like because I love Satan or I believe in Satan. It's just like a slap in the face. It's like South Park, like in its heyday. And I saw that meme comparison on Twitter. It was like, y'all think this is bad? We saw Satan and Saddam Hussein in a gay relationship
on a cartoon.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, the art direction, I mean, not to get like super specific, but the art direction was dope. The costuming, she was like, I do like the costumes. Like, it's a very well done music video.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, good for him. Like a slap in the face. It's like, oh, you think being gay is bad? Like, I'm gonna be ultra gay.
Yeah. and there's so many things like that I had thought about it, you know, and one is I don't understand how people still don't understand shock value.
Yeah.
It's like, that's why that was done for shock value.
Here's your mom.
It was done for shock value.
Yeah.
And then also, so it accomplished its mission. You got people riled up.
Yeah.
Two, people act like this has never been done before.
Yeah.
Like, heard of the band AC/DC? Like
Black Sabbath.
Black Sabbath, yeah. Like, I'm on the highway to hell. Like, all the and I get it's so funny. Like, all of the people that are like worked up, like, you know, the older people about this, and it's like, you're glorifying Satan. You're doing. It's like, you were driving to high school listening to a band saying you're on the highway to hell. It's like, and it's the same thing. And like, you look at their album art, they got horns, and it's for shock value.
Yeah.
I highly doubt that people from AC/DC or Led Zeppelin, well, I'll leave Black Sabbath out of this because I don't know what Ozzy's doing. But like, and Lil Nas X, it's not like they're at home like drawing a pentagram on the floor and being like, "Thank you, Satan, for my like." They're not doing that. They're doing that to work people up.
Yeah, and I was also like, Madonna's Like a Virgin. Like that music video was like, oh my god. And they said the same thing like every generation, right? Like the older people in like the 20s, 30s that were born then, they're like, Elvis Presley is going to corrupt our youth with those gyrating hips. It's like, get over yourself, right?
Yeah.
And then it was Madonna, and then it was, or not even Madonna, then it was AC/DC, and then it was Madonna, and then it was Nirvana, right? Like this grunge music is like, whatever.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's just like, if you it's just like, if you can't see it for what it is, then it's just like, sure, get mad or whatever. But dude, the shoes, I'm fascinated with the shoes.
Okay, let's get to the shoes.
So the collab was with Mischief. Mischief is
Mischief, which I've never heard of. I don't know the brand.
I don't either. But before we get into the Satan shoes, I want to talk about the Jesus shoes.
Yeah, those I know about.
Huh?
Those I knew about. Those came out like 3 years ago.
Oh, they're that old?
Yeah. They came out while we were in Portland. I remember that.
Okay. See, I don't remember that. This is before I got into like sneakers and stuff.
Yeah. And I'm not a shoe head, but I was just like, oh, okay. Like Jesus shoes?
Yeah, no, so it's cool because like they have the Jesus shoe and then they have the Satan shoe. Yeah. And I like on both of them how they incorporate, like, so with the Jesus shoe, it's white and like light blue, you know, like pure colors or whatever. And in the sole, they have water from the Jordan River, which I think is cool. And then they have, I don't know what the verse is.
Yeah. I can look it up.
Yeah, see what the Jamie, pull that up. But they have a verse on like the toe of the shoe. I'm not sure which one it is, but I think it's cool because of like the whole theme. Like, you know, there's actual water from the Jordan River in the shoe. I'm sure the Bible verse is like, that's on that shoe is like talking about, what does it say?
Hold on. There's a bunch of articles like about the two shoes, not the actual pair of Jesus shoes.
I'm sure it's one of where it's saying like Son of God or something. I just don't want to misquote it.
Yeah. So here, let me pull it. This is the shoe.
Yeah. And so you can see the water
in the air bubble, and there's a crucifix on the.
Yep, there's a crucifix. So what is the Bible?
$4,000. I don't know if there's multiple pairs. Oh, the shoe was created by the same company, Mischief.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so they created the Jesus shoe first. I really want to know what the Bible verse is, though, because I know the Bible verse on the Satan shoe is the Bible verse that says like Satan was struck down from heaven like a lightning bolt or something like that?
Um,
Can you not find it?
no.
Either way, we'll figure it out later.
Yeah.
But then with the Satan shoe, instead of it's the same style of shoe, but the Air Max. But instead of having the water from the Jordan River in the sole, it has human blood in the sole, which I think is gnarly. And it's like the thing that I'm not getting caught up on the Jesus or the Satan here. I'm talking about the overall theme of the shoe, and so it's the same shape, but red and black. It has the pentagram on it, and then it also has the Bible verse. And I know that one is where it's talking about Satan being struck down from heaven, and it's just
Luke 10:18. I don't know if you can see that.
Sure. So it says it on that one, but we couldn't see what it said on this one.
No. I'm trying to find it, dude. I'm sorry.
It's all good. It's all good. But just the overall like thematics, I don't even know if that's a word, of like those two shoes. I think that the concept is cool. And I don't know how many pairs were released of the Jesus shoe, but with the Satan shoe, there was only 666 pairs released, which is just another theme on it,
665, and one was going to be given away like in a raffle.
Oh, but still 666 were made.
Yeah.
So then this lawsuit happens. Nike sues Mischief because they're like damaging their brand beyond a monetary value or whatever it was. They win. And so they halt the shoes getting shipped out, but it was too late because they'd already started shipping them out. So now those shoes, the retail value were $1,100 roughly.
Yeah.
And now that not even the full 666 are getting released, dude, they're going to skyrocket. And one of our buddies, I won't say his name because I don't want to put it out there. One of our buddies,
Matthew 14:25. Sorry.
Matthew 14:25.
Yeah.
That's Jesus shoe one?
Jesus shoe, yeah.
Let me look that up real quick.
When the disciples saw him walking on the lake, they were terrified. So it's when the theme of Jesus walking on water.
Okay. See, and that's perfect because there's water in the shoe. Dude, yeah. I love stuff like that. But
yeah, I think it's dumb.
Our buddy copped a pair of the Satan shoes.
He did.
Dude, if you look those up on eBay, dude, you can get 10 grand for those.
Yeah.
Dude, you can get 10 grand for those. It is bizarre.
Because I know some didn't get shipped out, right? Like some didn't. But his got shipped out.
Altered it, but they had already shipped out some shoes. Yeah. And his already got shipped. So he got a he's going to get a payday on that. And I like the idea too of he wants to get a pair of the Jesus shoes as well. That's a pair.
Yeah.
That's cool. It's cool. If you can look past all of the, that's blasphemy. Yeah, Satan and Jesus and all that. Like just the overall theme is, I think it's cool. And if they wanted to be less controversial with it, they could have just called it an evil shoe and a pure. I don't know what the opposite of evil is.
Purity shoe, the purity shoe and the non-purity shoe.
Yeah. But if you got both pairs and you wear what?
I think the whole just Nike it's bogus. Like, come on, guys. Like,
you don't think it's interesting?
I love it. I love the idea and everything, but I think Nike's just being a bitch about it. Like, fuck.
Well, I mean, think about it. If you're if that's your brand, dude, like.
Yeah, but you're also like
you're a $1 brand.
Yeah. But it's all God, dude. I
saw that. Dude, I saw that.
Like, there's like 3 of them in this house that I need. Like, it's that
coming from your neighbor's fucking pig shit everywhere, dude. Those flies are making their way into your house.
Well, no, that neighbor's like down the road a little bit. But yeah, it's just like I don't care if you're like and then a lot of people are criticizing it because like you didn't halt the Jesus shoe. Like if you're gonna like not be non-denominational and be like, hey, we don't, you should accept all religions or like no religions, right? Like you should have halted this Jesus shoe because it's like, oh, because it's not damaging. That's it. Like
it's not damaging their brand.
Yeah, but it's a freedom of expression. Like a lot of, if Nike came out, like obviously, like there's a lot of Christians that wear Nike, but if it's just like, hey, this is not part of us at all, but like it's their shoes they bought and they have freedom of expression and they altered our shoes. Like so many people drop customs every day.
Yeah.
Like what
once the shock value, like that's, you know, and they're like, hey, do your shock value on your own brand. Like we don't want you fucking our shit up, man.
But I mean, it is part of their brand because they dropped the Jesus shoes. So they're like, all right, well, we got an opportunity to do this with Lil Nas X.
Yeah.
And now their name is in every newspaper, Mischief. Like they're getting their money's worth right now.
Yeah. Dude, and this might be a good time to buy Nike stock because it's down right now.
To be honest, the other night I spent a lot of time just buying electric stocks, like just electric company, and because Biden and his cabinet announced like their infrastructure plan, and a lot of it involves electric companies and stuff like that, and like electric railways across the country. And I'm like, well, let me get about $50 in some electric companies because coal ain't working and gas, like we just saw gas didn't work here in Texas about a month ago. Like, so I spent quite a bit of money the other night on some electric companies.
Hey, dude, and it's good that you're doing the research too. And one of the things, like I really believe that within the next 4 years, on a national level, cannabis is going to be completely decriminalized.
Yeah.
And you still have your weed stock?
I got my weed stock, and I got an electric car company out of China, but I know they sell parts to other companies, similar to like most Chinese companies.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like what BlackBerry did for you. Like BlackBerry soared because they sold a bunch of patents off.
Yeah.
So this Chinese car company is like a small Chinese car company that does electric cars, but they also sell some of their parts and stuff. So I was like, all right, let me get on that shit.
Yeah.
And then there's another electric company that I bought, and I saw their growth over the last year, and it's just like, and I was doing my research, and it was like their growth is kind of crazy over the last year. So I was like, all right, I'm getting on this shit too.
Yeah, dude, it's only fun, right?
It's only $27 a share right now. So I was like, well, if it pops up to $100 a share, then I already fucking quadrupled my shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude, but I'm excited to because when they legalize marijuana on a national level, all these stocks that are, you know, $27 or whatever, you know, they're super low. Once it's legal on a federal level and everybody dives in, cha-ching, we're gonna be all right. But you know, it's not all right. Weird segue. DMX, dude.
Yeah.
He's a vegetable.
Supposedly. They don't know what's really true or not at the moment.
What happened?
Apparently he was back on the drugs. I think that was part of his, like, he shouldn't have been. Like, he's been clean. But yeah, I mean, that's the problem with addiction, right? Like, and having the wrong people around you. Like, they're like, hey, you're good, right? Like, you could have a little bit. And then it's like, you take that one taste and then you just go downhill again. Because even when he did his verses, I don't know if did you watch the verses?
Yeah.
Snoop? Was it him and Snoop?
I think so. No, Snoop. I don't want to go TMZ. Reported drug overdose. Damn, man. Yeah. He's only 50.
But
Nice.
Snoop Dogg and DMX versus
Some brain activities, while other sources say he's in a vegetative state. Fuck.
But yeah, I don't know.
Bad, man.
I remember watching the verses last year, like, him and Snoop, and he was just like sweating. And
Yeah.
I think he might be back on drugs because like Snoop Dogg was dancing and doing his Snoop Dogg shit, and he was like not breaking a sweat.
Yeah.
And like DMX was just like standing there, and he was just like toweling himself off. I'm like, he might be back on drugs, dude.
DMX, mom. You'll definitely know one of his songs because it was like super popular on the radio, like what 2000.
Dude, he ran the era of like 2000 to 2003, 4 maybe.
X gonna give it to you.
Yeah,
dude.
I'm gonna make me lose my mind up in
here. Up in here.
I believe he's the only rapper to have 3 #1 albums in 1 year.
No shit.
Dude, he put out an album in January, he put out like an album in like March, and then he put out another album in like November, and they all went #1 within like a week or two. And it was just like DMX was running it. Like he was the king for like a whole year.
Man.
And then drugs, and he faded out, and then tax evasion, and and then he got out, and then he like didn't pay his taxes, so they put him back in jail, and then.
See, dude, I can understand tax evasion if you're just like a normal Joe Blow on the street, like you're nobody, you make $52,000 a year, whatever. It's like they're not. I mean, sure, you still have a chance of getting caught, but they're not looking at you. But like these famous people, like DMX or like the Situation off of Jersey Shore, these people that have money and are like famous, like of course people are going to be looking into your shit, like just like. Why even risk it?
And also, like, I'm not saying it's okay by any means, but like I have to file my own taxes. Like y'all are rich, you have people to do that for you. What the fuck?
Yeah. Dude, speaking of taxes, this is kind of like a tangent, but did you see that? I can't remember if it was like a meme or if it was like a little skit or something like that, where it's talking about like learning, like an adult, a new adult, just got into adulthood and like figuring out taxes. And it's like the whole premise was like, okay, so I figure out like, so I owe you money. And they're like, yes. And they're like, okay, so like, are you going to tell me how much money I owe? And they're like, no, you have to figure that out yourself. It's like, okay, well, what if I mess it up? And it's like, then you go to prison. It's like, so so you know exactly how much I owe you, but you're not going to tell me. You're going to make me figure it out. And if I mess it up, then I can jail.
Well, it's also like it's also like percentages, right? Like they kind of know, but they kind of don't. And now we're getting like adulting, right? Because it's like, well, how much in taxes do I write off for the house, or like how much donations? Like they don't know that stuff. They know like based on your income how much you should owe. But like once they figure out donations and nonprofit stuff and all your multiple houses that you have, it's like, well, states, like I have a house in West Virginia and I have a house in Montana. Like you can put it all together. But yeah, fuck, dude, I hate paying taxes and shit.
Dude, knock on wood. I've never had to pay back.
Yeah, I've never had to pay.
I've always gotten money.
But this year, like I got, even with the house, like granted it's my first house, but I was like, damn it, man, like what the hell are we doing? Like,
yeah, dude, you got to start having kids. You want to get a tax break.
I know.
Adopt a kid to get a tax break.
Yeah.
No. Dude, but yeah, man. Tax, whatever. I'm not getting into taxes.
Yeah. I just feel like a lot of things Yeah, because even like healthcare, I'm like thinking about that. Like I was thinking about that the other day. And it's like it should be easier. Like everything, but also like I mean, I've learned so much on TikTok from like obviously.
Dude, I'm gonna show you. I'm not gonna show you a TikTok, but I'm gonna show you text messages to myself. Like these are all like, God, I hate this reverse shit. But like this is all stuff that I've like learned off of TikTok, and I like don't want to forget it, so I just like text it to myself.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of, dude, you can learn a lot of shit on TikTok.
Yeah. And like I was looking, I don't know if I follow them, but I like the video of this like nutritionist who graduated. Like she has her grad degree in nutrition, and she was just like, they want to keep you sick. Like that's why, like your healthcare is tied to your work, and they work you to death. And the food companies feed you trash food because it's just like they're all working together to keep you sick and to keep healthcare high. And so you have to work, and like you can never get off work. And it's just like, fuck, like that's why they don't want Medicare or like healthcare for all, because they're like, we make so much more money right now.
Dude, and how sick is that?
That's just, yeah.
How sick is that? It's like,
and then there's companies like Monsanto who like lobby, right? And it's just like, it's all just fucking.
Dude, Monsanto, that
is the devil.
Literally, like you want to talk about, we were talking about Satan, like that is some fucking to the core evil shit.
Yeah. There's a movie coming out about Monsanto with Christopher Walken, actually. I was like, oh, okay.
Dude, there's a documentary I watched. You remember the dude that did
Super Size Me?
Super Size Me? Did you watch that documentary about him opening up his chicken restaurant?
No.
Dude, so he's got a documentary out. I think it's on YouTube actually. And so he like it was on theme with like the Super Size Me and stuff like that he did. But basically he was like, I'm gonna open up a fast food restaurant and it's gonna be healthy. And then once he realized that he like couldn't do it healthy, he was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna be honest about what it is. So like he like did the whole thing. He like went and got a farm, went and got chickens, went and got like all this stuff, and they like dive into like Monsanto people like they're like threatening him and shit. And one of the takeaways out that's not as heavy, but like, did you know that like for a chicken to be free range, literally all that it has to have is an area about we have the same desk, an area about the size of our desk, square footage wise, from where they can go outside freely. And so what that looks like is you have the big chicken huts, just like normal, but one end of it has about 2 foot outside of it that's still caged in, and that's considered cage free or free range chicken. Dude, it's all crazy.
Wait, why was Monsanto calling him?
Okay, so no, they weren't calling him Monsanto. Like, so he started meeting like other chicken farmers and like people like in the area and stuff like that. And he was like trying to like talk with them and stuff. And they're like, oh, we can't talk. We're under like whatever that's called, not cease and desist, but like a non-disclosure. And so they got into like how much they control. Like, so you just have your own land, you have your own property, and like you want to grow wheat or whatever it is to like feed your chickens or your livestock or whatever. Like, they basically bully you into buying their seeds. Yep. And if you don't, then they basically just like take your shit over.
Yeah.
It could, because they know you can't fight it because you don't have the capital.
Yeah, dude.
You should watch that documentary because they dive into it and you're like, wow. So like you can yourself all you want in the grocery store and be like, oh, I'm buying organic, I'm buying free range. It's all poison, man. It's all yeah.
Super frustrating. Yeah, because the seed, like that's the biggest thing is like the seeds, right? Like that's where like Monsanto, like they want to keep it hush hush because like that's what this movie's about. And I feel like not most people, I won't say most, a good amount of people in this country know about, like Monsanto's like seed issue, where like once it pollinates into your crop, they technically own your crop because their seeds. Well, they're a patent, but they also destroy your crop. So once you can't regrow without using their seed, and so it's like,
and then even like you can't like they have it patented where, and I'm gonna like screw this up, but basically the idea is like you once you get bullied into buying their seeds, you also have to like use their shit, like, and it makes it to where you can't do anything else. Like they own you, like you're dude.
Yeah, that's what this movie's about. And I think that's the case that went to the Supreme Court, a decade or so ago. Just like this guy had been farming for 50, 60 years, like it was a family farm. And he'd been storing his own seeds, but apparently Monsanto found out that like his seeds were like cross-pollinated with theirs, and they're like, well, we want your farm. And he's like, no, like these are my farm.
Yeah.
So,
and they're like, think again, buddy. Yeah. Dude, the whole thing of like it being like having a choice, it's such an illusion.
Yeah.
It's like, no, it's like you can think that you have choice and all this stuff, but you get down to it, like
Yeah, and that's where like I have discussions with like some people in my life where I'm like, there's issues and this and that. It's like there's no issues, like there's no choice. Like at the end of the day, like we're all part of the matrix. Like we're fucked. Like, sorry.
Should we start a conspiracy podcast? Should we just turn this into a podcast? That would be so fun.
Or every other episode we bring a new conspiracy.
Yeah. Dude, what if we did like every other episode and we like bring it, like we get someone to come on that's like, we'll do like an alien conspiracy guy. We'll do like a 9/11 conspiracy guy.
I'm not fucking around with that, dude. Not 9/11.
Why?
Because, I mean, that's just...
Have you ever watched those? Have you ever gone down those rabbit holes?
Yeah, I have.
It's so fun. And don't, for those of you watching, don't think that I'm like saying like, oh, I'm getting joy out of the event of 9/11. I'm saying intrigued by conspiracy theories and how people's brains work. We could get flat earth people on here. There's all
I don't want to give them the time of day either.
Dude, I think it would be so fun. It's just like listening to people's like...
Yeah. It's the same people that say, I mean, if you're talking about conspiracy theories, it's like might as well bring in like Trumpers on here and be like, oh, election was a falsehood. Like Trump's still president. It's like,
we could. Why not?
Because I don't want to give them the time of day, dude.
Get all pissed off.
Dude, I'm down for aliens and black holes and Bigfoot, but once we get into like
the political conspiracies,
well, it's just like because there is like the conspiracy of like Bigfoot and aliens and Atlantis and all that. Like it's still a little bit like fantastical, right? Like it's a fantasy to an extent, but once we're talking about like the U.S. government like killing its own people for the sake of invading other countries in the Middle East, then it's like it gets a little real because that has happened around the world and it still continues to happen. And it's like now it's just a touchy issue because now we're talking about just the murdering of 3,500 people for the sake of oil.
Yeah, which if you look at the way we're going, dude, and you talking about the electric stuff that you invested in, like that's going to be the new oil. Yeah.
So it's just, I guess what I'm trying to say is like, I'm not like, obviously 9/11 happened, but I'm not opposed to the idea that it was partly planned.
Dude, some of those videos that I've watched where they have like architecture people on there and like engineer people on there and they like are analyzing like the steel and all that, and they're like, there's
why did that building fall? That building should not have fallen. You're like, I mean, that's like 5 blocks away. Like, why did that building fall?
Yeah, or even like that one famous clip with like what is it, Building 7, or what was it called, where they like have the scene behind the dude, like he's like the newscaster, and he's like, we just had reports that building 7 has collapsed, and it's like still standing, and then like 5 seconds afterwards, or like 10 seconds afterwards, or like you see it fall.
Yeah.
But like that could be like a delay or so, I don't know. But
I don't. Yeah.
It's if you have that part of your brain that you like to tickle.
Yeah.
I love getting on YouTube and like looking at conspiracy stuff.
Because you're like, yeah, I don't want to get into it right now. But, God damn it, Clay.
Dude, here's something fun to do. Take you a few puffs and then start looking into like aliens. And I don't mean like green like people that like visit us from Mars and stuff. I mean like the like technology and stuff of like the stuff that the government has actually found.
Mm-hmm.
It'll freak you out, man.
Dude, yeah.
And then you come out of it and you're like, whoo! Then you forget about it and go get a cheeseburger and keep
yeah,
living.
I don't know. Because some of the stuff, like some of the people that Rogan has on sometimes, you're like, he has some pretty intelligent people come through.
Yeah.
And he has some people with like some honest backgrounds, like, oh, I used to work for the CIA and or I worked for the FBI. And it's like, but also like you don't anymore. So like what, like, just because Rogan loves you, no puffs.
No. Eucalyptus.
Like, Joe Rogan believes you. Like some of the stuff, like even like Bob Lazar.
Yes, that's the name that I was trying to think of. Bob Lazar. Dude, his story, he's got a documentary out too.
Yeah, but everyone, like, yeah, he does. And a lot of people discredit him, especially within the government. But it's like, he was in there. So you guys did trust him for a minute. So, like, what happened? Like, obviously that truth is never going to come out.
It's stuff
like,
we'll never know, man.
Like, part of me believes him and part of me believes the government too. It's like, well, maybe he was a little crazy. Right?
Yeah.
Even the government was saying like we never experimented with human beings, but like that's how we got Ted Kaczynski.
Dude, it would.
Am I wrong? Is it Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber, right?
Let me see.
Where he was part of like the Ultra thing.
Yeah, yeah, you got it.
Yeah, Ted Kaczynski. Yeah, they experimented on him. Like he killed people and he lost his mind because of a CIA program.
Dude, yeah, and like even Charles Manson.
Yeah.
Like they were giving him like
LSD and shit. Like
yeah.
So it's like I don't like what the fuck? Like
dude, speaking of experimenting on people, yesterday what was it yesterday? No, 2 days ago, I got my first COVID vaccine.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, mine's in 2 weeks or a week and a half.
And like, dude, I usually like getting shots. Like I usually like feel the needle and stuff, but I didn't even feel the needle go in. And then like, they're like, you might be sore. And like the whole day I was like, felt fine, wasn't sore or anything. And then the next day I woke up and my arm was sore. Like it's still sore, but it feels like a sore, like as if you were like, oh, I did yesterday in the gym. It's not. I do have.
When was the last time you got a shot?
I have a tail now that's kind of growing out. I'm kidding. I feel fine. I got a shot was
my hemorrhoids are acting up.
I'm growing hair on my palms. Like I can see through walls now. But no, I feel fine. They say that the second one is the one that like will make you like feel feverish or whatever for a day. Oh, but Bethany, she like we went and got our shots together and she felt fine that day. But then the next day, yesterday, like she was like sick, like she didn't throw up or anything like that, but she was like, didn't want to get out of bed, like had the chills. Like, so she, like on her first dose, she got sick. She feels better today, but
it's also interesting because both of you did catch COVID. So.
Yeah. And that was like one of the things, like I was like looking at, like whenever like we scheduled to get our thing, I was like, do I need to get it since I've had COVID? Like I still have the antibodies or whatever. And they're like, Yeah, you still get it. Like I went to the CDC website or whatever, like they're frequently asked questions. They're like, it's not going to hurt you to get it. It's just going to protect you from getting it again. So whatever. Hopefully my second one will give me superpowers, man. I've been watching all these Marvel movies.
Yeah.
If you could have we already done this? Like, who's your now that I'm caught up on my nerd shit and like know who all these
my favorite in the Marvel universe?
Yeah. Who's your favorite superhero?
Well, it's interesting because like there's two versions, right? There's the people that like are superheroes, and then there's the people that are just like rich or like lucky. Like Ant-Man isn't a superhero; he just has a cool ass suit.
Right. No, I guess I'm talking about like, well, no,
because it's also interesting because you're like, oh, Captain America gets his ass kicked, and then the same person will kick Ant-Man's ass, and he's like just as fine as Captain America. It's like, dude, you just got a suit. Like Captain America is a superhero. Like, how are you taking the same punch that he is? Like,
right. So, what's your favorite superhero or not? Just like in the Marvel.
Oh man.
Damn, you're really having to think.
Yeah, because I mean, I really like what's his Bucky. I like Bucky for some reason.
The Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
You like him?
He's also the White Wolf.
The White Wolf.
Yeah.
That's called the Soldier.
Well, yeah. No, Black Panther calls him the White Wolf.
Oh, does he?
Mm-hmm. In the movie you just watched last night or 2 nights ago.
I guess I didn't pick up on that.
I do like. I mean, I like Captain America. If I'm being completely honest, like
Dude, Captain America is my least favorite, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Every time he I don't know, man. I don't know if it's because like all the patriotic stuff about him or whatever, and he's always like moral high ground. Like but every time he talks, I'm just like, shut the fuck up. Like, shut up, Mr. Goody Two Shoes. Go kick some ass.
I'm assuming you're Iron Man then, because you're just a fucking asshole.
Oh yeah, dude. I love Iron Man and Tony Stark. I love Iron Man. If I could be one, I would do Iron Man or Thor. Just because he's like jacked and he's like an actual superhero.
Yeah, he's a god. But yeah. I like Spider-Man just because his name's Peter too.
Yeah. Dude, I was so surprised when Spider-Man showed up. I was like, Spider-Man's part of this?
Well, because his movies aren't on Marvel.
Right. That's why I was confused.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
But his movies are his first. I haven't seen the second one. His third one's due out next year, I think.
And Black Widow comes out. So all I have to do is watch Endgame. All I have to do is watch Endgame, WandaVision, and then The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and I'm caught up.
Yeah. We still got to watch the 2 Spider-Man, but those are on Amazon Prime. You got to pay for them.
That?
Yeah. Because those tie in, but Sony owns the rights to Spider-Man.
Whatever. Dude, we got up because I am about to pee my pants. Or just let me pee real quick.
No, I gotta go too.
You go? Okay. Yeah. We'll be back next week talking about whatever we're going to talk about. Love you guys. Thanks for checking in. If you're not already, follow us right here on all socials, Bird in Beard, and we'll be back.
Peace.